More and more people are using Wakeup SIM Copper Plus in their everyday lives. Did you hear that? She just transferred money for her daughter's school fees. And this man just paid for some products. Ah, Mr. Abu, are you sending money to your wife again?
Yes, like a Wakeup SIM couple.
Ah.
Yes, like having money in my pocket.
Ah, excellent.
Thank you.
He just bought some eggs. The world is digital, so keep up with the times. Have you got a payment to make? If so, just download Wakeup SIM Copper Plus now. You can download the Wakeup SIM Copper Plus app from Apple iStore and iPad or Google Play Store for Android users. You see, it's fast, safe and reliable.
Every day feels better with peace of mind, and peace of mind starts with preparation. Unexpected moments can happen anytime, but with the right insurance, you're always one step ahead. At J-Man Insurance, we help you protect what matters most: your life, your family, your future. Don't wait for what if. Prepare for what's next. Get covered today and move forward with confidence.
Feels good to see your face again. It's been a very crazy day. The joyous feeling in the air when rain falls on a sunny day.
Happy, yeah. Let the stars, let the roll.
Enjoy life's little pleasures with Maltina. Maltina. Share happiness.
As mama, I always want waiting best for me picking them, especially when it comes up waiting them for eat and drink. Now this make I always they choose Sarah juice because they make come from with local foods them and nutritious, and it gets less sugar than the other drinks them. Not to me say so.
We lab test show say Sierra juice gets 50% less sugar than the other drinks them na the market.
Because we mama they know waiting best for we picking them, now you make we always they choose Sierra juice. Sierra juice is nutritious, it's healthy, and it's sweet. Sierra juice, not the taste of Salome.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans,
All right, welcome back. It's just a reminder that you're still watching Wake Up Sierra Leone live on the Africa Young Voices. You're also hearing us on radio this morning. Now, today is World Sickle Cell Day. It's a day to raise awareness about a blood disorder that affects millions around the world and thousands in Sierra Leone. Studies also estimate that between 20 and 25% of Sierra Leoneans carry the sickle cell trait, meaning that thousands of babies are born at risk each year. Now, despite advances in treatment, many patients in West African nations still battle painful crisis, stigma, and limited access to specialized care. This morning, we are going to play you this report that was composed and edited and produced by our health reporter, Eddie McConte.
For people living with sickle cell disease, pain often arrives without warning. A school day can become a hospital visit. A simple fever can become a medical emergency. Sickle cell disease causes red blood cells to harden into crescent shapes. Instead of carrying life, they can block blood vessels and starve organs of oxygen. The result is severe pain, anemia, and life-threatening complications.
Living with sickle cell disease hasn't been easy all through my life. Growing up, living with sickle cell, the stigma, the challenges that you face with school, with work, everything you do, you get affected by the way. 1 minute you're sick, another minute you're fine, so many struggles, but they have the name that they give us, warrior. That means that we are fighters. We always survive it, we always come out of it. I think I've been diagnosed around age 6 years. Yeah, and it has affected me so much, not just me, and so many other warriors out there. It has affected me based on my academics, even with relationship, even with in all aspect. Everything that you want to do, you find out that you are sick, you are not able to. Sometimes you have to give yourself a break. You don't run at the pace of the world, you understand? You run at your own pace. When you can do it, then you get up and then go do it. So imagine that if all of you are given the time of 5 minutes to do some certain job, and then it will take a normal sickle cell warrior maybe to accomplish that like 7 minutes, 7 hours or something like that. We always need extra time. We are compromised. Yeah. So many other things I can say. The challenges are many. I don't even need to think about some of them. I just want to thank God today, and that's why I'm giving back to society. Helping others with sickle cell disease so that they can be able to live with it and know that they can be able to survive and then achieve more and more like what I've achieved.
Sierra Leone is among the countries carrying a heavy burden. Recent health estimates indicate that more than 90,000 Sierra Leoneans are living with sickle cell disease. Nearly 1 in every 4 deaths linked to the disease occurs in children under 5, while almost half of all deaths are among people younger than 20. Healthcare workers say many complications can be prevented: early diagnosis, routine care, hydration, and public awareness. Yet, access to screening and specialized treatment remains limited.
What they cancel them, you can tell them say water are the #1 medicine, and they're not for like the boy picking them, they're not for the play ball. Malaria, owombele and vomit, a complication for them. So okay, advise them for sleep under bed nets for the malaria. Then for that owombele and vomit, you can tell them say no go eat for take time treat it. More like that grown soup, because some man can make them we go eat an arombele, so you tell them they avoid and them boy picking enough for the ride bike, anything they bug them because they couldn't do anything and enough for gym. Then enough for total heavy load. Then go get water 5 gallons, take and gymia. With the worker, we tell them they avoid all landing. Even to the girl picking them, we tell them say no book. In fact, not to generally we tell them say you need to put your inside cold water for book. Because if you fasting for put your inside cold water, the crisis they grab at them. They tell young boys and young girls so they come up. Not like person, want to begin born picking. Go do test. Know your genotype before you married. When you know your genotype, you married, it's fine for you. You find look with the can at the hospital. Then they get sickle cell. So man, they don't know for say get the sickle cell. It take them 5 years before they go hospital, and all that they can cause complication for them. Because if you can't regular at a hospital, then they see you, they will know. They will tell you say you need so thing. Some man don't know the type of treatment, and not to all man sabi treat sickle cell. Not to all man sabi treat sickle cell. So if you come outside and treat sickle cell, you go get the right treatment.
Advocates say another battle is fought beyond hospital walls. Misconceptions and stigma still force many patients into silence. The Sierra Leone Sickle Cell Society is calling for expanded newborn screening, improved public education, and stronger investment in care.
For us at Sickle Cell Society, we have been trying to work with government for such a, we are working through the Ministry of Health, because you know it's the responsibility of the government through the Ministry of Health to provide healthcare delivery services for their people. And so we are working through the government, through the Ministry of Health. Now we have this task force, which is through the NCDs, but we are not getting support per se from government. We always say we are working in partnership with government because we are using the government facilities for our referral cases, for specialized care. Like you see here now, it's a drop-in center. Anyone that comes in with crisis, if it's minor crisis, we treat them, we give them antibiotic or anti-malarials, and we observe for 3 days. But if we see it's serious, we refer them straight to the referral hospitals. And these are government facilities. So that is how government is supporting us. My message is to the government that government should try, just like they are doing for HIV/AIDS, for tuberculosis, government should try to make available the medicine hydroxyurea in country for patients who are suffering from sickle cell disease. So that, I mean, we cannot tell them the good news when the resources are not available. We cannot afford to provide this for everybody. We started a project, we are trying to find money, but raising funds in country is difficult. So my appeal, especially as we are observing World Sickle Cell Day, is to the government, through the Ministry of Health, that they should bring this wonderful drug, hydroxyurea, to be available in country and make it free to the sickle cell patients, just like they are doing for those with HIV/AIDS or for those with tuberculosis.
The burden is enormous. The World Health Organization estimates that 7.7 million people were living with sickle cell disease globally in 2021. More than 515,000 babies were born with the condition that year, with nearly 80% of cases occurring in sub-Saharan Africa. The disease claimed more than 81,000 lives among children under 5 in 2021 alone. Edima Conte, AYV News, Freetown.
Many thanks to you, Adima Conte, for that report. Importance of the day, treatment, stigma among other challenges. We have Umu Kultumbai, sickle cell warrior and a medical doctor. Good morning, Umu, and welcome to Wake Up Sierra Leone.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure being here.
So, Umu, you are living with sickle cell.
Yes, please.
And thankfully, you're an adult. You know, when we were young, we used to hear people say, if you're suffering from sickle cell, it's difficult for you to attain the ages of 20 upwards. But I'm sure you're over that age.
Yes.
I'm thankful for your life.
It's a blessing.
So what is it like living with sickle cell in a country like Sierra Leone with all the stigma and the like?
It's tough. It's really tough, you know, looking at the health facility, you know, looking at the awareness, the limited awareness, looking at the hygiene conditions of the country and everything. So many other challenges, you know. It's not as easy, you know, as the Western world, you know, but here am I today, you know. The things that we used to do, you know, it's kind of like slowing down, you know. So, but all thanks to God, look at me. I mean, I'm doing my stuff and I'm here.
So what is this sickle cell anemia? Because most people have misconceptions about it. And you have different kinds of explanations as to what it is. In fact, some people even attribute it to spiritual stuff. So what is sickle cell anemia? Please take us through.
It's a blood inherited disorder. I cannot give you sickle cell. You have to be born with it. And it has to take like 2 different parents with sickle cell traits, either the sickle cell traits or the sickle cell full-blown SS or AS. So it will take us a whole time here if I start explaining about the genetics of it. Just know that if you are an AS, you should not get married to somebody with an AS or SS.
How do you know you're an AS or SS? Because in Sierra Leone, people really don't go for tests. Yeah. Even when you have newborns, they don't actually do thorough, tests on all of these kids. So how does one know at all that they're AS or SS?
Yeah, that is why we thank the government and different other organizations now out there helping other people, helping sickle cell warriors to get their electrophoresis done, But in private hospitals, it is very, very expensive. You tell them that you want to do electrophoresis and you get your genotype test done. You can be either AS or SS or a different genotype, SC, there's so many on the list, of sickle cell. So if you go to the hospital now and then you just tell them that you want to do your test, the electrophoresis, HP electrophoresis, and then I think you'll be able to know. It's expensive, but that's why now
that's
we have
another thing.
Organizations that do it for free sometimes, and we thank them right now because it's really, really not easy. I think electrophoresis in probably like in Connaught would be around $600 or $800, which is about like $30 or something, and it's for the normal Sierra Leonean, it's still expensive.
I've seen people suffer from sickle cell anemia. As a matter of fact, my daughter is living with it, and so far we're thankful that we've been able to manage her condition, and she's doing quite well. You cannot tell she has sickle cell just by looking at her. I would have to tell you that she has it. You have so many people whose kids, or probably even adults, are suffering from sickle cell anemia, but they don't know what to do and how to manage it. How do you think, in a country like Sierra Leone, where poverty is prevalent, how can people manage sickle cell anemia?
First off, we can start with the drugs, the medications. It's just like any other HIV patients, you have to be on your medications every single day. So the folic acid, the B complex, and there's this one hydroxyurea, that people really didn't know about, and FDA have approved that since in the 1990s, So people only get to know about hydroxyurea now. We launched that last year at the Sierra Leone Sickle Cell Society. That is the deal breaker. So when I went to Cyprus to study, and I was put on hydroxyurea, and people don't know, and the medication is so expensive. We're trying to get some medications from our foundation so that we can be able to donate to patients that are already on prescription, the hydroxyurea prescription, because it is not just given just like that. You have to take other tests, the pre-treatment tests like laboratories that you do, electrophoresis, your lab test, your liver function test, all of that, and to ensure that you can be able to take the hydroxyurea and the folic acid. But Sierra Leone, we are still doing the folic acid and the B complex. It's improved.
Like you said, it's expensive.
Yes.
So for a country as poor as Sierra Leone, and of course we know very many people are poor in Sierra Leone, and for people living in the rural areas, there's so many misconceptions. When I was young, I had a cousin who was obviously suffering from this disease. That boy was stigmatized at a very young age. People called him witch, all sorts of names. Sometimes he was forced to the barrier to confess, oh, you've eaten something, look at you. He eventually died. Now that I'm an adult and I know all of these things, I cannot get him off my mind. And I still do not know how much education has been taken to these rural areas to ensure that these people are educated about what sickle cell anemia is and how to manage it. What is your society doing to ensure that the message is taken to these rural areas to prevent you know, such things happening, like what happened to my cousin?
Yeah, because of we also depend on donations, and all this help from other people. Sometimes our help is only limited to Freetown, but we are still going, and whenever we have the chance, every year we do our sensitization. We do sensitization like twice. We choose different communities that we do sensitization, to raise awareness, to tell them about the disease. And we do it in local languages so that people can understand about the disease. I mean, it's not witchcraft, and some people used to tie patients, with ropes, when they are sick, when they have their crisis, and all of that. We are out there, telling people that it's not like that. We have volunteers from different other hospitals, so we try our best, just to ensure that people get the messages. But the rural areas, we are trying to also get to these people so that they can be able to understand, because I think they don't even know. Even Freetown, they don't know. Speak less of them, sometimes they don't even have access to electricity or these social media phones to catch up with, the world and the news around.
And sometimes they attribute these kids to bad luck, or this became a bad luck, ever since I had him or her, this and this are happening.
Yeah, that is why we should go for tests. That is why it's important to, when you're getting married, you're choosing a partner, you go to the hospital and then,
Don't you think churches and mosques should make that compulsory?
It should be. It should be like a policy, It's a must. Nigeria is also doing it. Sierra Leone, I don't know, but we need to be, they need to implement that. If you are getting married, all these other tests that is important to do, you need to do it, because it breaks homes, because the sooner you understand that your child is, and Africa, mostly the women have problems. So, if your child is sick, it's from the woman. If the woman is not, you cannot get a child, that it's up to the woman. They will not even know the cause of it. You understand? So that is why it's important to go out there and get your tests done and all of that.
All right, we're going to stay with us in the program this morning. Now, in another conversation this morning, Women's Economic Advancement and Literacy Training Hub, Wealth Trust, is a high-impact non-profit organization designed to drive large-scale financial literacy, training and formalization pathways for women entrepreneurs. Founded and led by a senior corporate legal expert with over 14 years of experience, the organization seeks to transform traditional short-term charity models in favor of sustainable structural change.
Wealth operates uniquely at the having legal frameworks, insurance, architecture, fintech innovation, and credit union, aiming to transition women business owners from ordinary casual informal market operations into pre-vetted, bankable, and legally registered corporate entities, shifting women from basic economic survival into true structural ownership of capital and markets. So this morning, to also discuss their activities, among other things, we do have Ayla Hamid, founder and CEO of Wealth. Good morning, Ayla.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to AYV.
Thank you very much. That's a beautiful studio.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much indeed. In plain language, what is this?
Okay, wealth came from a place of, I would say, great disturbance. Personally, I was going through a crisis where I realized that I did not even have the requisite financial knowledge that I thought I actually had. I've been handling my law firm for the past 10 years. I thought I had actually grown, not knowing that I had grown in expertise, maybe assets, but my financial knowledge was just the same as a decade ago. So I said to myself, if I am going through all of these challenges, then I'm sure that the women who would consider as just the ordinary businesswomen would be going through something maybe 10 times worse than that. So I said to myself, it's high time we do something for these women. I tried to reach out to other organizations, but then I found out that this is a very unique idea, and we haven't had women come up with a way to solve the financial literacy problems. So I contacted a few of the women in my area at Regent. I was expecting about 15 of them to turn up, but then 49 of them turned up. So that was where I said to myself, there's really a huge gap. And they were pouring their ideas to me. Some of these ideas, as a lawyer who has practiced for many years, I did not even have. So they told me in very simple terms that they wanted to do something similar to Osusu, something that could formalize their businesses. They want to know about the laws regarding taxes. And I was really impressed. So that is where this idea came from.
Why does financial knowledge really matter?
Sorry?
Why does financial knowledge really matter?
It really matters because if you want to grow your business, you have to understand that, yes, you have your own capital, your human capital, but it doesn't get you that far. You have to know how to budget. You have to know the difference between your capital and your profits and what you intend to invest. So without all of this knowledge, without all of these steps being made aware to you, then you just live as if, you know, I'm doing business, I'm running 2 or 3 businesses, but you really don't know exactly what you're doing. One day you just realize that I've been banking, I've been saving, but what really happened? You just realize that something crashed along the way, but you can't even pinpoint what exactly crashed. So there is actually a need for these women to know that they have to build their capital. It's not just about going to the market every day. They have an intrinsic value. If we don't impart knowledge to these women, they drive the greater part of the economy. Then it's incumbent that we actually give them this knowledge. If not, they would not be prepared for the future. In fact, we're already living in the future. They are not digitized. They have more or less, they have very little idea of what it means to have sustainable businesses.
Well, let's go into, the specificity of what you do at Wealth. What does Wealth do really with these women or for these women?
Wealth has different facets to it. We have the mentorship program, we have the leadership training program, we have the business registration and formalization program, and we have the literacy program. For now, we are concentrating on the literacy program. So far we have had 6 literacy sessions. We're about to have our 7th literacy session, and we have seen the numbers grow from the initial 50 to 200 to 300. Now we have 1,000 women.
I just thought about the women selling at Abacha Street, PZ and all these places. Are they the kind of women you're looking for, really?
Exactly the kind of women I'm looking for. We've all been there. We've all seen our mothers or our aunts do businesses. We have seen them close down their shops or maybe start another business. We used to think, maybe it was a reason that they held close to their hearts. But now, as a grown woman, I know what exactly they went through. So the grassroots business women are my target. We would encourage other women to join, but these women are who we consider need the financial literacy the most.
This sounds enviable. I'm sure a lot of women who are listening now would clamor, want to be part of this, How can they belong?
They just have to give us a phone call. Yes.
As simple as that?
As simple as that. I have my agents, so we make it as simple as possible for them. As long as you're interested in being a part of this organization, I send my agents to your area where they can have you signed up, so you don't even have to come to the office.
Umu, back to you. I've been reading last night, and realize that there are all forms of treatment now for, sickle cell, advanced ones. So I read about Casgevy and, Lyfgenia. Generally, but when I saw the price for this, I mean, it's around $2 million. Does it worry you at all that, surviving sickle cell could be perhaps life's most, worrying ordeal? Perhaps the most expensive form of living, if you like.
It does because in medicine, we have different options.
Oh.
If you go to the doctor and then you are diagnosed, you are given different options. It can either be surgery, it can either be medications, you can be on medications for a long time, or maybe, if it's anything that is surgical, get it extinct, you understand? So we weigh the options. I mean, if I wish, I would be able to, have that chance. But, all of these other, solutions, they come with their complications. They come with their own package, you understand? So it's a give and take. For me, I prefer to be on the medications for now, because if you look at the stem cell transplant as well, the stem cell transplant, there's another chance of it going bad, and if it goes bad, then you're gone. You understand? If you look at, the gene editing, I mean, even those in the US, not all of them, can afford that right now. Speak less of bringing it in Africa. But right now, for us, at this moment, we're focusing on hydroxyurea, the medications, which Sierra Leone was lacking. And I was like...
Is it available locally?
It is available. It's just...
Is it affordable?
It's not affordable, but it's available. Like you don't see it in all pharmacies. That's why we're trying to advocate, so that we can be able to get them in these all different pharmacies. We get them for $30. Yes, just imagine.
Oh, 700,000.
Yes, and then patients need to be taking that regularly. You don't have. If you stop the hydroxyurea, your hemoglobin level, spikes up, or it can just drop down drastically. You understand? So it's something that you should keep up with. You cannot say because of poverty I want to take it today and then leave it tomorrow. Yes.
At the risk of sounding, immodest or insensitive this morning, I mean, a lot of sickle cell patients would tell you that the smell of death is always around them. It's one thing to constantly live through, the fear of death. That. Each day brings you closer to eternity. What keeps you going? I mean, amid the constant, incessant trauma, if you like, what keeps you going? What keeps you alive, if you like?
You see those kids, those teenagers, those young adults, they reach out to me myself, and is it true I'm going to die when I get to the age 21 because of that stereotype?
Yeah.
These are the people that keep me going. If I sit down and I just get a message on my phone, hello, I'm sickle cell warrior, how can I get this? I'm like, hey, people need me. I need to get up and then go do something. I mean, I need to find myself useful in society, even if I'm not getting nothing from it. You understand? These are the people that keep me going every single day, because I have been there. For me, I can say I was a bit fortunate enough to get all my medications, go to the best hospital. But what about them? I was even fortunate enough to travel abroad, travel abroad and then get, proper treatment. Now I don't even get crisis anymore. I wish I can afford that. That is why, I set up...
You don't get crisis anymore?
I don't get crisis anymore.
Why? How so?
Because of the hydroxyurea, because of the age,
How long have you taken it?
Sorry?
How long have you used it for?
I've taken hydroxyurea for close to 4 years now.
Oh.
Yeah, I was in Cyprus when I was studying, and it was affecting my health. Oh. And then all of a sudden, I just saw them giving me capsule hydroxyurea. And then my body started changing. I no longer feel, during the winter period, I no longer get crisis. Like I used to cry, my bones, I could barely even study to keep up with I had bad grades because of sickle cell.
Can you imagine?
So that is why, I came back to Sierra Leone and I'm like, we need to launch. So with the help of the non-communicable disease, director at the Ministry of Health, I spoke to him, and then we launched the hydroxyurea project so that people can be aware of the idea, even though it's expensive. That's why right now I'm trying, trying my very best, to see how best we can be able to get these medications. But I understand PIH donates hydroxyurea. I don't know how true is that.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're trying to get people, and right now we even have like up to 50. But we don't want to just give hydroxyurea just like that. We cannot give out medications without prescriptions or these lab follow-ups.
Yeah.
You have to, you know, it's a process. You have to go through all of this process, you know.
At what intervals do you take hydroxyurea? I mean, what's the interval?
No, you don't need to stop hydroxyurea except...
is it every month, every week? Every hour, every day? Or
every day. If it's severe, yes. If it's severe, you take. If your anemia is severe, the doctors can prescribe like twice daily, you know, or at least once daily.
Does each tablet or capsule, I mean, cost 800 leones?
No, there is this sachet. You know, I mean, it costs like 120,000, sometimes 100,000. I recently bought one at Rodina Pharmacy. You know, it was like around 120,000 for just 10. So imagine, you know.
But that's cheap.
It's not, John.
It's not.
120,000 for just 10?
For just 10. And it's something that
for just 10 capsules.
Million. 120 million?
No, 100 leones.
120 leones for 10. It's not cheap, John.
It's not. It's not. I promise you. For the average Sierra Leonean, it's
cannot
not.
afford it.
Of sounding insensitive. I'm not sure. How is 120 leones expensive?
10 tabs. You have to take this daily.
To save your life?
For 30.
I understand that for people who are, you know, very poor. I understand what you're saying.
Yes, it is expensive.
Yeah. And most people are very poor in Sierra Leone.
Yes.
Which brings me to the next question. Yes. Given that these drugs are quite expensive, if you were indeed to have a sit down with the president, let's say His Excellency Julius Biel, soon perhaps or later, what would you request for?
Oh my God, it's an opportunity, you know. It's going to be like a very big opportunity for us, our foundation, you know, for the warriors, even for me, myself, because sometimes these medications, I survive from them as well. If I used to have $30 to buy, you know, I would just take from the donations, you know. So in helping others, I also help myself. So I'll be able to talk to him about, you know, especially with the policy, you know, change, you know, and all of that to ensure that sickle cell warriors have adequate, you know, medications and probably like free electrophoresis treatment. You know, because that one as well is so expensive. It's about $50. I understand, you know, to get the test done.
Just before Alima comes in again, you know, perhaps also this could work. I mean, having the government, you know, buy these drugs, hydroxyurea, for example, shipping it into Sierra Leone and subsidizing heavily so that all sickle cell patients, just like they're doing for the antiretroviral drugs for HIV, you know, having these tablets at all pharmacies around and shops, so that sickle cell patients could buy them. I mean, well, not totally free, but at cost recovery or maybe, you know, heavily subsidized manner. Would that work as well?
Yeah, it will. It will. I mean, it's just something that that can bring the price down a little bit, so that the average Sierra Leonean can afford it. I mean, it's quite expensive because if you look at you buying medications of 1,000, which is like almost $50 monthly, and that is a whole salary for some people. Imagine you have 5 kids to feed, and then your salary is just $50 or $100. You see, and then you have 1 kid. Sickle cell is so expensive. It is expensive. The cure, you know, the medications, following up with it. Every time we're in the hospital, 1 minute you're fine, another minute you're in the hospital. Yeah, so.
What signs should parents look for in children who may have sickle cell?
Yeah, their eyes, the jaundice.
Okay.
Their eyes, yeah, and the dehydration. You can trace that from their lips. You know, the anemic signs. For myself, you know, I have this pink lips, so sometimes if it fades, then it pales, and then I already know that I need to start taking my medication, so I need to up my game, you know, with my medications and my treatments.
Yeah, I'm talking about parents who doesn't already know their kids are suffering from sickle cell anemia. So just being observant. I mean, maybe a parent is watching you now and the kids, one of his or her child is showing signs or something. What signs should they look for?
Yeah, most importantly, the signs that it depends on the person.
Okay.
But most importantly, like for my dad, like he always like, ah, Umu, your eyes are so yellow, like your eyes are jaundiced. So the changes to like yellow or like green.
How old were you when you were diagnosed?
I was 6 years old.
My daughter was 8 when she was diagnosed.
I would like to meet her.
You'll surely meet her. It was quite devastating. I was in exams and it was really devastating. For parents who would actually diagnose their kids, well, who would get to know that their kids are suffering from sickle cell anemia at a later time. How can they handle this? What would be your advice?
First off, they have to go know the genotype, yeah, and then start taking precautions.
I mean, after discovering that their children or their child is suffering from sickle cell anemia, how do you think they can manage it?
For the most part, sickle cell is also comes with anemia.
Yeah.
The low blood, you understand? So they always have to keep up with their hemoglobin level. Don't ever allow that hemoglobin level to drop. Malaria, we're not friends with malaria at all. It will give us crisis and all of that, to drop the blood and all. So malaria, and then cold weather, different other remedies, the cold water, cold weather, exhaustion, intense exercises, all of that are things that...
what are some of the common triggers of the sickle cell crisis?
That's what I'm saying, the cold weather,
okay,
malaria, or any underlying infection or diseases, it can
so what must parents do to prevent a crisis during these times?
Yeah, right now it's the rainy season. And
so what should they do? How should they guard?
Exactly.
If
they are working class people, they should mind their health. If it's raining heavily, if you can call off at the office, it's okay, but not to get themselves wet, and keep warm, always keep up with the medications, and all of that. For now, that's what they can be able to do to maintain.
Earlier on you mentioned that you cannot just give these dogs like that. People have to be tested, and the doctor, may have to determine whether or not this particular person needs this kind of dog. How dangerous do you think self-medication is for sickle cell patients?
We don't even take all sort of medications, especially if you take all these multivitamins with iron. There's this medication that is called routine tablets.
Yes.
Yes, it has this this ferrous, red and black, and it has iron. Because of too much of iron buildup in our body, we don't need to take it. Yeah. And I see a whole lot of sickle cell warriors. The first thing I ask them, please send me your medications, send me your prescriptions. I go through their medications as a nurse. I go through them. I'm like, please, did your doctor prescribe this? Please, ask the doctor to consider this one because it has iron. So I guide them based on that. You don't just wake up as a sickle cell warrior and take drugs, except for over-the-counter drugs, maybe like Panadol, and even at that, you have to know your level of crisis and all of that. Once there's crisis, I think most of our what we need is hydration. You get your electrolytes, you get your painkillers, and then your folic acid, your vitamins. That's it. It's not that hard to actually maintain a sickle cell warrior. It's expensive for Sierra Leone. It is very expensive. Yeah, so all of that is something that needs to be taken into consideration.
Okay, let me bring you in, Ilara. So, Wealth Trust, earlier on you mentioned that you're focusing on literacy sessions at this point. What happens in these literacy sessions?
During those literacy sessions, we make it a point of duty to have experts come in and really tell the women what they need to know. The last time we had three representatives, one from National Investment Board. She really, motivated the women, and as a part of her speech, she took them through the steps of registering their businesses. And we also had a representative from SMEDA, Small and Medium Enterprises Agency, who also emphasized on the need for formalizing of their businesses, and registering with SMEDA, just that they could have opportunities readily available to them. Because without registering or formalizing your business, then opportunities cannot be made readily available to you. And we also had someone who was a microfinance expert, who came in to just give the women some advice on how to go about the microfinances or microcredits if they actually wanted to. So we make it a point of duty to have the experts around. I am not an expert at financial studies. I just want to fill a gap. So we try to bring in people who can really converse with the women and get them to understand, break it down for them to the point where they go home feeling really motivated. We also share pamphlets at every session. So you would see them holding up pamphlets where we do Creole side by side with the English explanation, and we make it very pictorial for them so they can understand what it means. They can just flip through it when they go home, just to keep reminding themselves of what they need to do.
Leone, you said you now have up to 1,000 participants, am I correct? Okay, so do we have success stories already?
Yes, we do.
Can you tell us, can you just take us through one of your success stories as well?
Okay, one of them, her name is Success. So the name really resonates with the story. So she's one of the women who really, she showed so much aspiration. It shows that she didn't have the opportunity. So when we started, I actually told them that they could register with any adult literacy session, which she did. And we also, aside from registering with an adult literacy school, she now can boast that she can read and she can write. And then she has been to 6 literacy sessions that we've already had. So now she has a book. She takes down names of women. Instead of the traditional osusu, she has now transitioned into a more formalized system, where she came to me one day and said, you know what, I want to do it in a proper manner. So I showed her how to do it by tables. We did it with pen and ruler. So they have their own form of saving, which they refer to as the iron box saving system. So now they can boast of thousands of leons that she has really, cajoled the other women to just come forward and do a form of crowdfunding. So that in itself is really a huge deal for me.
From what you've said so far, it's my understanding that the women you're dealing with are actually engaged in this osusu, this microfinance kind of, am I correct?
Similar.
So how does Wealth Trust come in to ensure, because we've had cases of people who would be the osusu masters.
Exactly.
And after taking all this money, they just exactly.
Yes.
So how does your Wealth Trust come in to ensure that this doesn't happen?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. So this is where my other expertise comes in. What I did for them was create a digital financial ecosystem for them. So I spoke to an insurance company, and they just grabbed the idea almost instantly. So now instead of paying into a box, now they pay through MoneyMe. So you can do it in the comfort of your home, at night, in the morning, on a Sunday, whenever you feel. You can just send in a minimum of 7 leons per day. So the money is being audited. It has a perfect digital trail, which they can just follow. If you have any problems accessing the USSD code, you can just call me or my agents and we'll go to MoneyMe and have it sorted out. So I can just open my laptop or just sign in with my iPad. I can see the digital trail of exactly what.
How does the MoneyMe work?
Okay, we have a code. So all you have to do, we made sure that the code would be accessible with low bandwidth network.
Okay.
Yes. So you just have to type in the *715 *911 hash, and then your name comes up. It says, "Good morning, Ayla. Welcome to your Iron Box savings. How much do you intend to save today?" So you have the options. You can take the minimum, which is 7 leones, or you can take the weekly or the monthly payment. So that is how easy it is.
It is obvious that you're investing quite a lot in this. Your time, energy, and probably even your finances.
A lot of.
What's in it for you? How do you get paid back?
For now, I don't get paid back. For now, I am using all of my resources from the law firm just to sustain this. I do not even have any funding, no forms of collaboration at all. All what I have is the drive and the belief in these women that they are going to turn out to be a driving force behind our economy someday, and they are going to be thankful for that. That's all that's keeping me going.
This is modernized Osusu, if you like to call it that.
Simply put, yes, I would say that. I would say, well, the only difference is that with Osusu, you have to give your money to somebody else, whereas with this, your money is not given to someone else. Your money is being saved up for you.
It's like banking.
Exactly, within a particular period. And the interesting part is that it comes with an insurance policy.
Okay.
So if you want to surrender early, you can just say, it comes as like a life policy.
Okay.
So you can just say, "Oh, Ayla, I want to surrender my policy. I have an emergency," and then we give you back. If you've already saved maybe 10,000 or 11,000, yes, you can have it back. You would just not benefit from the compounded interest, because the longer your money takes, the more compound interest it accrues.
And how much is this interest? How is it calculated?
It's calculated at 2% every year.
Oh.
Yes, 2%. So it's the minimum time frame is 3 years. So you can have 6% at the end of the year.
So it's like a fixed deposit.
So it's very similar to it.
Okay.
You know, I'm sure, I mean, you're a champion now. I mean, a lot of kids would want to or wish to see you, you know, and maybe not for the opportunity, for photo ops actually, but for you to motivate them, you know, give them a reason why they should stay alive and brave the odds. Do you get to do this often?
Yeah, I do it on my TikTok, my social media handles. I just bring up, you know, different contents, you know, just to, I get messages. The messages are so heartwarming, you know, and I mean, it's making me not giving up, you know, in what I'm doing. I'm like, oh yeah, it's working. So a lot of people don't have hope, you know, on the sickle cell thing. They come to me, they tell me, yeah, is it true? I'm gonna die. So with all of this, I'm like, you know what, you don't need to sleep. I don't need to sleep on myself. Every single day I need to put something on the media. And it even made me to, you know, to go out there and then tell people about me personally, things that are personal to me. People are like, no, don't post yourself in the hospital when you're sick or vulnerable. I'm like, no, if it costs me to be the scapegoat for them to see, because there has to be evidence. People have to see that you have gone through something. Yeah. So every time they see this young, amazing, beautiful girl, you know, doing her stuff, they don't know the strength behind it. So I show them videos and pictures of me in the hospital. Most of the time I'm anemic and I'm on blood transfusions and all of that, you know. So they're like, this lady don't go through so much. Like, I've gone through so much, and they pick up strength from it, you know. So I don't really want to sleep on that. Every single day I have a content on social media and people reach out to me, you know, and I don't know, but that also added to, you know, my recognition all over the place, yeah.
Studies have shown that approximately about 90 1,500, people living with sickle cell disease, from fewer than 49,000. Why is it increasing so rapidly? Do you know? Are there factors
I
responsible
doubt
for
if
this?
that number is correct, because the last number I saw was 2% of the Sierra Leone's population with sickle cell. But people are not testing.
They're not testing. Okay.
They're not going for tests. If they should test the entire Sierra Leoneans, I believe we'll have more numbers.
Wow.
Yeah, the numbers are increasing because we just fall in love. We just get married and we don't, we don't test. If you meet somebody and then ask them to do tests, people don't even go to the hospital. Especially with the guys, we know that like more women go to the hospital than the guys. I don't know why, and with the health system, they need to work on that to encourage men to be going for checkups, and all of that. So, but they believe that if they don't get sick, they know that they're fine. They always believe that hospital is for women, and it's not just for women. So we are also high on that, big on that, just to encourage people to go out there and do their tests.
A while ago you talked about this genotype testing stuff before marriage, Perhaps not everyone would be open or inclined to doing this. There are heterogeneous differences at in every country. Sierra Leone, we have ours, unique ones actually. Each tribe has its own, unique nuances, if you like to call them. Should this be a national policy at all? Saying that before anyone gets wedded, wherever, from whatever religion, you should get tested. Should be a policy. Why should this be a policy actually?
I mean, they should. Nigeria is doing that.
Does it help?
Yes, it does, because Nigeria, Ghana, all these other African countries, they are doing that. It's important to because at the end of the day, they have more numbers with I think the health system needs to do better on that, because it's like a pandemic. You have Ebola or any other crisis that is around. You have to look at the problem where it started. You understand? Tackle it right before, prevent it before it gets to a bigger number. So that is what we should do with sickle cell as well, because these kids are innocent. They did not beg, their parents to be born. So their parents didn't know anything. They just fell in love and then came together, have them. You understand? So that is the most. I can't say we're unfortunate, but we are blessings. But if our parents had known better, I know that they would have tested and know their genotype. And I mean, there are so many other souls that we've lost quite recently. All of that, homes are breaking, families. It's affecting the socioeconomics everywhere. It will affect it will affect the economy. If you don't have healthy people in society, so all of that is it's important to have that policy.
Laura, what sort of activities is Wealth doing right now? I mean, are you on a massive campaign to reach out to new women, to join the scheme, or perhaps planning some sort of big,
We're always planning. As of now, we have 3 different projects going on. We have one, the massive, reaching out to other women. We haven't reached the eastern parts of Freetown yet. So my agents are currently working there to get them registered. And then we have our upcoming session, which is going to be held on the last Sunday of this month. And we are also actively taking their photocopies of their national IDs to start the registration processes for them at the National Investment Board.
So what sort of, you talked about identification cards. Brings me to the question, what sorts of documents should a woman have to join Wealth? Is it just the ID cards?
That's the interesting part. Yes, all you need is your ID card, your national ID card. And even if you have the affidavit that is being given to you, which is just a temporal note to show that you are in the process, we can accept that also.
something I'd like to ask, I mean, I thought I had asked actually, but I hadn't. Immortalization. Say, for example, someone dies along the way and she had stored some, fortune with you. What becomes of that money?
That's the good thing. So it's an insurance policy. The moment you start saving, you have already contracted with the insurance company.
Oh.
So as a matter of fact, it is a life policy. And in our form, you give us a list of your beneficiaries. So in the event anything happens, we have the names of your beneficiaries. And if your beneficiaries do have ID cards or passport photos, if you had already submitted that to us, it's a very easy process. We just search our records, we give that to the insurance company, and your money is being handed over to your beneficiaries.
Perhaps someone would like to join this. It's sort of very,
I mean,
they have some sort of business.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would you like to join, actually?
Yes, of course, because I mean, we have our foundation, it's, I think it's aligning, you know, so women supporting women.
Exactly. And now I understand the reason why you're being referred to as warriors.
Warriors.
It's really an everyday challenge, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's challenging.
It's so great what you're doing.
Perhaps you should actually reach out for more. Maybe expanding your coast could include sickle cell patients as well.
Jones, now that
selling
you
the
mentioned,
idea.
now that you mentioned if Umu would like to join,
the scheme, yeah.
I just wanted to ask, you seem to be focusing more on the, what should I say, is it
grassroots women?
Grassroots women. What about the elites?
Yes, the elites are also welcome to join. As a matter of fact, I have something brewing for the elite women. It's not just...
Tell us about it.
I mean, she had told us that she's always planning.
Let her tell us about it.
Yes, it's good to have a relationship with the banks. It's good. But I see the banking relationship as your tower. Yes, you can pile up a huge sum of money, but the insurance is your foundation. So if anything comes tumbling, you have that strong foundation. This is what happens when we see the rich getting richer, or they get more wealthy with time. Because even if their houses get burnt down, they know for a fact that the insurance is going to pay them. So, but for us, we are not even aware. As women, you have women who have built estates. You have women who have homes, who have shops that are filled with goods worth thousands of dollars. But they don't even know that they can just pay a very minute amount with an insurance company and have all of those goods covered. You can even cover your, not just the business, not just the items within your business, you can also cover your building, which forms part of your business. You have an insurable interest over anything you own. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go out and have this massive campaign for the elite women. I know they would buy the idea. I'm certain. As you're smiling, I know you're also thinking of becoming
sure. I mean, I'm actually motivating her to open a kitchen soon as a side business. A side being a lawyer.
You need the fire insurance.
Exactly, Ayla. She should join actually.
Because I'm his cook.
Yeah, she cooks for me. So.
Then you're quite lucky.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Very lucky indeed. So Umu, as we round off, what will be your parting message to, like you said, teenage girls, young kids coming up who are suffering from sickle cell already?
I just want them to know that this stigma, the stereotype that they say you're going to die when you get to the age 21. I'm 29 years old and I'm saying my age in public. I don't look like one, so I mean, it's not true, and we have people like Margaret Castell and so many other warriors, that we celebrate today, that have passed that age, so they're going to leave, they're going to be fine. They should not just sit down and like, I have a disease. People with HIV, people with the worst diseases, they come outside, I just want them to feel free, just be taking their medications, try their best to keep up with their medications, their health, but the teenage, the younger adults, we want to party, we want to smoke, drink, and all of that. So these are all the triggers that we should we should try to avoid, as young people. So I want to send that message out to them that they're not going to die, they're going to be fine, they're going to celebrate and give back to society, just like I am also giving back to society. And us as well, any other person watching, the foundation is still open to donations. We, are asking people out there, because we meet warriors in hospitals, we help them with medication. Sometimes it is coming from my own pocket. I've been doing this way back since I was in Cyprus as a student, sending, my lunch, putting my lunch together. It's not been easy, just to keep up with the foundation. We're doing all of that, putting our money together just to ensure that they have their medication. With $10, $20, you can be able to buy medications for patients. So because of that, the donations, we are limited. We cannot go to the uplines, we cannot go to the provinces, to help, warriors. So we are asking, we are pleading, for donations, as well. So thank you guys so much for having me. It's been wonderful.
All right, thank you so much, Umo. We wish you well. Well, personally, I have a briefing with you, actually. I told, Alima that we're going to sort that out later.
Let's sort it out.
But I feel obviously left out, actually. As someone who likes to invest, to keep my money somewhere where it will be safe. I feel I'm being excluded.
Through your chef.
Oh yeah, you could. Oh yeah, that's an idea.
I like you.
I like you. You always think ahead. It's a good thing. Well, what would be your final message to these people who perhaps would want to join, Wealth in the next 1 month?
Okay. Yes, sure. I want them to know that all they need is their 2 legs. You can walk into our office at any point in time, or you can call numbers at any time. If you see an agent, we have the agents, we have the logo, and we have the name of the organization. If you see any of them, you can just call upon them and tell them you want to be registered. We have the forms, and we're working on the digital registration database, so they can get you registered immediately where you're standing.
The name is Wealth, by the way, in case you don't know.
The office
so whenever
address.
you see the
It's
name
12
Wealth.
Old Signal Hill Road.
And your number?
76373890.
So Wealth is the name, and you are on which address again?
12 Old Signal Hill Road.
Signal Hill Road. Signal Hill Road.
Yes,
Number
Signal
12.
Hill Road.
Old
12.
Signal Hill Road.
Old Signal Hill Road. Go there and register.
Indeed.
Keep your money inside, go safe.
We're waiting.
You're not Tifana, you know, Osborne Bambai. He roast inside fire. As I will invest soon, my chef Alima, you will keep some.
Yeah, you should start advertising my business.
Lima's kitchen will be coming up soon, guys. Most delicacies you would get there, continental dishes as well. Ella, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
The pleasure is all
I
mine.
wish you well,
Thank
actually.
you so much. We had 2 beautiful ladies in the studio.
Oh, no, wait.
This
So
morning.
before we go, actually, I wanted to say this. When she walked in, I was actually, why do I know this lady? Then I realized that she is the sister of my colleague and a very good friend.
I was told
for
by
several
her.
years.
You noticed that.
Zulaya Tuhami. So I've seen her for years on picture,
lady here.
but never in person. So this is my first time meeting her. Really.
see.
She's
I've
my
always,
celebrity sister.
I've always admired. No, but she's much more beautiful than
Okay.
Zulaya too. Yeah.
I'm not gonna-
But
I'm
that-
not
that's
gonna
a-
add anything
I'm
to
judging
that.
that actually. Zulaya knows. I told her some years ago. But anyways, Omo, thank you so much,
Thank
and
you
I
so
wish you
much.
the very best. And I wish you continue to inspire the others, including Alima's
Sure.
child.
Sure. Reaching out to them.
Give them the reason why they should keep living,
Exactly.
and do the right things
Yeah.
that could perhaps elongate or prolong their lifespan here on earth. Because the myth is that by 20 you should be dead. But things are changing now rapidly.
Things are changing.
So sickle cell
You should know.
patients live longer
Yeah.
than 20.
Yeah.
All right. We're wrapping up this session now. We're ushering in our final session. But before that, in entertainment news this morning, housemate Sierra Leone, season 4 champion, Swad Baidan, is stepping even further into the spotlight, starring in the much anticipated romantic drama Dear Kira and Kiri. Also, Sierra Leone shines at the 2026 Diplomatic Cultural Festival in Abuja, Nigeria. And back home, the AYV media empire is turning up the energy with preparations for the Hit the Street National Dance Tournament. Now, over to our sensational, lively and jovial Johnny for more.
Happy Friday, Sierra Leone. Welcome to another exciting edition of the Entertainment News Update right here on Wake Up Sierra Leone. I'm your host with the most, Johnny, aka the Big Flexer, and I've got all the latest entertainment stories lined up just for you. Now, starting off with our first story, the death of Nigerian actor Alex Ekubu still remains heartbreaking to his fans and the Nollywood industry. He has been laid to rest yesterday, and his death will always be a big loss to the industry. Now, let's have some highlights. This is indeed sad, and may his soul rest in perfect peace. Now, from reality TV charm to the big screen, our very own housemate Salon Season 4 winner Swad Bidon is taking her star power to new heights. Swad is set to appear in the highly anticipated romantic drama Dear Kira and Kay, sharing the screen with acclaimed stars Nado Buhari, Mike Jacobs, Glory Afam, and Ishio B. Packed with love, secrets, and twin-switching drama, this exciting film premieres on the 3rd of July 2026 at Odeon Cinema, Greenwich in London. Let's watch this.
Why is your dainty underwears littered all around the bathroom? That is so unhygienic.
No, absolutely not. No, there's no way I'm doing that. No, I'm not deceiving your boyfriend. Hey, look, I have the perfect plan. Whenever he asks you to visit him, all you say is you're in your period.
Daniel, will you continue doing this every day?
Anything for you, baby. As long as it keeps you happy.
I think I've found my better half, and I am ready to make it official.
And as usual, everyone will run away from kitchen duties, except for you.
I try to walk away from you. Told myself I'm done with you. But every road just leads me back. Like I don't gotta say it back. You don't love me.
Are you insulting me now?
And I knew you
Imagine coming from someone who is on the wrong path.
Let's celebrate another major milestone for one of Sierra Leone's shining stars, Swad Bidon. I absolutely love her energy and how she makes most of every opportunity that comes her way. And she's definitely not here to play. You know, I'm a billionaire now, so I like him billionaire. So some billionaire we get billion, it block, but you know, they make more billions. You know, I think Swad will reach Elon Musk soon. Moving on, Sierra Leone has once again taken center stage on the international cultural scene at the 2026 Diplomatic Cultural Festival in Abuja, Nigeria. The country proudly showcased its vibrant traditions, rich heritage, and renowned hospitality before a global audience. From colorful cultural performances to authentic Sierra Leonean cuisine, the nation's exhibition attracted widespread admiration and underscored the important role culture plays in strengthening international relations. Let's take a look at how Sierra Leone made a lasting impression at this prestigious diplomatic gathering. Let's watch. The beats of traditional drums still echoing through Abuja and flavors of cassava leaves leaving a lasting impression. Sierra Leone's presence at the 2026 Diplomatic Cultural Festival proved that culture remains one of the nation's strongest ambassadors. From captivating performances to meaningful diplomatic engagements, the Green, White and Blue flew proudly showcasing the beauty, diversity and spirit of Sierra Leone to the world. And I want to say a special shout out to my sister, the best chef in Salon, Chef Fanta of Fanta's Kitchen, always ready to share the rich taste of Sierra Leone cuisine with the world. Chef Fanta, big weekend. I want some nice cassava fish ball. Me, Hannah, the team, you get me? Shout out to you. This is for you. Finally, do you think you've got the rhythm, the energy, and the moves to own the stage? Well, this could be your big break. AYV Media Empire is gearing up for Hit the Street National Dance Tournament. Auditions will take place on the 24th of July 2026 at 4 p.m. inside the AYV Auditorium at Wesley Street in Freetown, offering dancers from across Sierra Leone the chance to compete for a grand prize of 50,000 new Leones and an exciting opportunity to become the official dance crew for Housemate Salon Season 5.
Are you ready? AYV Media Empire brings to you AYV Hit the Street National Dance Tournament.
I don't feel
16 teams, one crown. Who will be the king of the streets in this grand showdown? Watch this.
I say the police.
So, whether you're a solo performer or part of a dance crew ready to set the stage on fire, this is your chance to turn passion into opportunity. With 50,000 millions, up for grabs and a spot alongside Housemate Salon Season 5 awaiting the winners, the competition promises to be fierce, exciting, and full of talent. July 24th is the date. The AYV Auditorium is the place, and the spotlight could be yours. So, don't miss out. And that's a wrap on today's entertainment news update here on Wake Up Sierra Leone. As we step into the weekend, remember to unwind, stay positive, and enjoy every moment ahead. A heartfelt thank you to my brilliant team behind the scenes, my producer Hannah Yangson, Remy Wilson, Bimba Kamara, and Desmond for making today's show possible. I've been your host of the most, Johnny, aka the Big Flexer, bringing you the vibes and the story. We'll be back with more entertainment highlights before you know it. But for now, it's goodbye from me. It's over to you guys in the studio.
Oh, many thanks to you, Johnny. Well, you're still watching or listening to Wake Up Sierra Leone on AYV television and radio. Don't forget to send in your comments and ask your questions to the AYV News Facebook page. Next to comedy, joining us in the studio is one of Sierra Leone's most prominent stand-up comedians and content creators, Ezekiel Sheka Kamara, widely known by his stage name, Yemata the Laughing Matter. Yemata is here to talk about the transformation from traditional comedy to stand-up comedy, among other things. Good morning, Yemata, and welcome to Wake Up Sierra Leone.
Yeah, good morning, listeners out there. This is Yemata, the serious matter, not the laughing matter again. Things are serious.
Well, Yemata, you're regarded as one of Sierra Leone's leading stand-up comedians.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Take us through your journey. How did it begin?
Well, it has been wonderful since 2005. We started it back in those days at the Prince of Wales. And the thing graduated gradually coming to the church, Winners Chapel, within the neighborhood also where I was living, New Englandville. And by the time you knew it, coming to 2008, where I have my first encounter with my mentor, that was Mazi Prosper, all the way from Nigeria. The church brought him in for a show here at the church, Winners Chapel. So we met, and he was able to mentor me when I introduced myself as a comedian. I really want to do this thing, and I have passion for the act. So we started it from there, and gradually through mentorship, Yemata is here, and still we are going strong and healthy. There has been no holiday to say, okay, well, today at the rest. It's a continuous journey, persistency, and we are on it.
So Yemata, of course, traditional comedy has existed in Sierra Leone for the longest time.
Yeah.
But with the advent of stand-up comedy, is like all of the comedians we see now are tilting towards the stand-up comedy version. What do you make of this transition?
Well, it's
before now we used to have
the
these
one
men,
pot,
exactly, the one pot soldiers, Jaukate,
and others,
Rosaline and others.
Yeah,
they paint their faces and wear some, clownish clothes and stuff. But
well, it started from there. That the time the one pot they were doing their thing, at least we would say that was a platform. At that time, truly, I believe if anybody will have bring in the stand-up comedy, then it will have get that much attention, because every civilization moved to a particular stage and realization. So at that time, the one-pot comedy, that was the time, and everybody accepted it. But gradually, as civilization started to unfold itself, you find out that people start to change their mind, things started to grow faster, and we brought in the stand-up comedy that at least you have to be somehow educated to be able to move along with that one, because in other words, as a stand-up comedian, you need to know your audience, you need to know your environment, you need to know the type of jokes you give per program. You don't go see picking them, they do rude jokes or vulgar jokes. All those things have to match up with the little education you have while doing the stand-up. But much respect to the legends who started it, the one pot and others, really respected them. But to this modern age, I think the stand-up comedy is really taking over, and we thank God for that. It's a gradual process,
So do you consider stand-up comedy your career, your professional career, in which you, basically as something you depend on for survival?
Yeah.
Is it quite a lucrative profession?
Yeah, based on the individual, because your creativity keeps you alive in this industry. If you are not creative, you are not that much funny, I think the fans will not move with you. But if you are creative, you are doing your research, then I believe you survive within this industry. And that is what we have been doing over the years. Over the years, we have been adding more creativity, more humor to current activities, sometimes in the area of social problems, politics. We just mimic it into a comedy stuff that will make people to laugh. Somebody say today trouble is tomorrow comedy. So if your creativity is alive, then I believe you survive within the industry and you're able to create a niche for yourself. Even in terms of survival, through this comedy, I've been able to get married, go to college, become a graduate, even got a job. I've been doing other things as a businessman also. That's all within the comedy.
Does cracking joke get tougher or, easier?
You see?
Does cracking jokes for people these days, get, easier or tougher?
Well, it depends on the audience. Yeah, it depends on the audience because you have some audience, especially like the aged people, the elderly people. Sometimes it's very difficult to make jokes for them. Yeah, but due to the platform again, whether sometimes we have this party dinner, people sometimes ease their stress in that kind of environment that you survive. Also, when it comes to children, sometimes to make children laugh or make jokes for them is very difficult because you have to think about the joke that is to their level. Because most of the time when you are cracking these jokes, their parents are around. You get some people that they say, oh, this particular joke, me no left, you don't have me picking area. So it depends on the environment for a comedian to survive or to really steal the show. But most of the time when we do have this, our stand-up comedy shows in town, a shutdown, we have a lot of people that will go and attend. That tells you that really people are stressed. People need this type of event. And going there, they prepare their minds that, okay, will they go for go laugh? So the environment determined really for a comedian to survive.
Would you say that stand-up comedy in Sierra Leone is still in its embryonic stages, its beginning stages? Is it still maiden, weak, and rudimentary in any way?
Yeah, to say.
Or has it progressed to some mature level?
Yeah, it's progressing, but at least it's just starting bit by bit. Because till now, we the outstanding comedians, we are not even up to 6.
Oh.
Yeah, so that being
the entire country.
Yeah. If you talk about Desmond Benya, Ogawa, Faculty, Richie Obama, Kindo Amani, Yemata, I think these are just the names if you talk about stand-up. Yeah. So if you only have like 5 to 6 people in a whole country that is really perfect in this stand-up comedy, then that means we need more. As for women, they are out. We have not seen any woman doing stand-up. We have really tried to encourage them to come on board, like we are seeing it happening in Nigeria, the Warri, Pekin, and others. These ladies are doing very well. And sometimes I even tell the Sierra Leonean women that imagine we not get no woman now where they do stand up, then you come in. If you don't take that, you even steal the show from we. But most of the time, probably, I don't know, maybe our own environment, till now they're ashamed. But we are starting, and a lot of progress has been taking place. We thank God for that.
I mean, another thing that a lot of people have considered about, stand-up comedy in Sierra Leone, perhaps it's a restricting factor. I don't know, maybe you would tell me this morning, but a lot of people have said that, cracking jokes in very serious environments, using English language, for example, consistently and sustainably, to diverse crowd, let's say academics or soberly educated people, is a problem for a lot of stand-up comedians. Is that true in any way?
Well, in some ways, for others really, but for the few educated ones, I believe we just do these jokes in Creole because of the environment we find ourselves. If you go to England, you know now that you are going to England. You prepare your mind for English jokes. Even though you are going there to meet the country, our stand-up comedians that are coming, let's go and listen to him. So it based on the environment. For me, high-profile dinner, I do my jokes strictly in English. Even the programs is written in English. So you prepare yourself for that environment. But to be honest, if you are in Sierra Leone here, base here, you are doing your thing here, if you just maintain that type of comedy in English, in fact, number one, they say get false life, not serious, or na lie edepa. Especially like for we the Eastern people, you know they go Eastern, they crack joke in English. Then go ask you, so that English don't help. So it's the environment to find ourselves.
Indeed.
But truly, if we have this platform, the opportunity to go to the dance, you have to it. And also, one thing I want people to know, we the stand-up comedians, we sit down, we prepare our jokes like the musicians sit down, write their music. So if I'm going to England or Canada, wherever, I know the jokes I should put on pen and paper.
Yeah.
So those are the things.
Let's talk about monetizing, comedy or milking.
That's the prayer point.
Milking, yeah. Comedy. I know it's hard. A lot of people do not approach their crafts or their talents with the entrepreneurial kind of mindset or business mindset. To take it as a hobby, more or less, what they like doing. They forget often that man's talent maketh way for him, as the Bible says. How does one become too serious with comedy that one can be rich, or become average?
Well, like I said here earlier on, it depends on your creativity. Because for you to realize money from this craft, the first you have to be creative. You have to impress your fans that you are funny. Like we do have our shows. The fans, if you call any comedian, they will tell you that, okay, this one is funny, or this not funny, or this I need to go in show, or this not able to make me laugh. Understand? So if you are that much funny to the fans, why not? All the shows of Yemata have been going down great and wonderful. It's shut down because people know that every year Yemata coming on stage is brand new jokes, fresh things for the fans to hear. Current issues that are happening in the country, at the end of the day, we turn it into jokes. So people know that, okay, the real comedian is the one that will look at a situation and mimic it for people to laugh. So at the end of the day, and now we have this social media, the YouTube all over. You have fans that 24 hours, they are looking at these Nigerian comedians, the Ghanaians and all. So even sometimes when you go and steal a joke from the internet, if you pull on some side, these fans that they tell you, say, there's also comedian get that jokes. So that's why people also, they search.
So the people own jokes?
Yes. Yes. So they are licensing jokes. Anytime you pull, I guess on jokes, as people I said, I am a joke that day. Because these are jokes, probably, I don't go 4 or 5 where they are, they use them.
Use them, yeah.
And like I always said, I don't waste my materials on wedding. Because wedding, if you're not funny first, then they bring you there. Now if funny made them bring you car. So I know you can't impress bossy again. But the current things when they happen around, we try to mimic it to just spice up the program. They have licensing jokes. There are some jokes as you open your mouth and say about now basketball jokes. Now 2000 something be doing. They will even give you the year and date. So that tells you that if you are strong, your creativity is alive, you can realize money from it. How can you charge somebody for wedding 5,000, 7,000, sometimes 9,000, 10,000? If you're not funny, is that a joke?
Yemata, you're going to dash me some money before leaving the studio.
I'm just saying.
I never knew that.
Most of the time, the way we charge per environment.
I understand.
If you tell me say you program at Eastern Schoolyard, I'll not go tell you 5,000 because sometimes the principal say use the place.
Still with this making money from comedy. The pattern now is for most international comedians. I mean, those I follow in Nigeria, the Dex Talkers, the Basket Mouths, all of these guys. Even Dr. Hilary Okello. These established international comedians. What they do these days is doing international tours to countries. The last time I think you were here and you started discussing this, how Sierra Leone comedians can start, hobnobbing, if you like, with other comedians in other countries so that they could start staging international performances. Is that feasible in any way?
Yeah, it's possible if people really want us to engage in such. And
it's
also,
about what you want, really.
Yeah, I want that.
Don't you want to grow?
Why not? That's the best platform somebody could have. As a comedian, you tour 4 or 5 countries, By the time he returns alone, you have put on his road. But even like the government himself is not giving us that encouragement. You go see them make a whole program, so musician there, you see no comedian. Like last year we are having that issue. There was this Seto no Kush tour where they do not even one comedian there among. And this was a program government put money by, give them money. Oh. Say, okay, they say na national something, all entertainer, but not one comedian they move along with. The musician, they get the way with them, KD themselves, they move. So even from that angle, I will not get to that acceptance. Sometimes you see they will even travel with these musicians. You don't see they ever say, President, don't put this comedian go, huh? So they themselves
the
will
state
need.
is not even serious about comedy.
No, it's serious. So if we let them first accept that side of we craft, for say, okay, we are all entertainers. So if they talk about national entertainment something, not they left out that side. But then get some certain program they say, okay, now this one will fit encourage their wire. For you know, say now then get swear. Now let them now then get garden swear. Let them can make we laugh now. But like whether they say then traveling, high profile travel, comedian not for did. So those things even the limit we, and I believe say these are also the things within in the minds of the Sierra Leoneans out there that okay, I will bring a comedian from Sierra Leone. We are even side they know they get that acceptance. Understand?
I
so
want to know, now
really
that you're talking about state involvement in comedy in Sierra Leone. Are comedians affiliated under the Entertainment Ambassador's Office, Caldinero?
Sure.
Are you?
Yeah.
How close do you work with him? Because, I mean, if he is involved fully, then surely you would not be forgotten some of these things.
But it has happened here. Just that it has passed now because some time ago we settled it. It was normal. The peace ambassador or the entertainment ambassador, there was a list he prepared for Dubai. No comedian, no be there. They will raise that issue. And when he was asked, he said, we know they speak English. As if I'm a Kaloe then can go, is it was a guy English doctorate or what's it? Understand? So these are the things they talk. They need for it really accept this comedy that is like the musician, is like the film actors. They need to accept it. In fact, there was a joke I did that even government even need for put you on payroll. We are using the stress of Sierra Leoneans. To be honest, the kind of stress we did in the country, if we the comedians are not be there around, especially the content creators. Look like what I did for Mohamed Kalon 2 weeks ago, concerning this in Sakwan. I was going for a show, park na the highway, I go a cut cane. That thing go viral all over.
I laughed.
That's a fun, humor. It eases the tension of the whole situation. So, okay, well, this is not family business between the Slafa and waiting, Let's just take an easy, it's fun, Now we get for accept them, even though some people not accept them well, but it cut across, So the acceptance we really need them from the government. They go up now. Understand?
There was this debate recently. What constitutes comedy or not? Now, your brother, a respected comedian among your folks, recently, made a comment. I think they were unveiling the flour mill. This year there, and he said something. It was some people deemed it quite insensitive. Deemed it quite political, and they started castigating him online. What do you consider, jokes generally? Things like making political comments like that,
well,
jokes in any way.
These are all.
Are they considered as actual, comedy jokes?
Well, as a comedian, you don't have any limitation. You don't have any boundary to jokes.
You can create comedy out of anything.
Yes, based on your environment. If you are in the church, you use that church environment, you do the church jokes. But to be honest, due to professionalism, there are some areas that are very sensitive.
Like politics.
Politics, religious jokes. These are areas, if you joke, they get for very be careful. Because you get for the make joke, the Muslim get for the laugh, the Christian they vex. The Christian get for the laugh, the Muslim they vex. When it comes to politics, sensitive areas, you don't go there. Very, very sensitive, because you might be pleasing others and you are being disliked by others because of certain things. Jokes will go lead to that kind of election, sensitive something, especially the kind of environment. If that comedian they now be do that thing, they get that thing. Well, the presidency don't, other people then sit down. So they take and say the thing where if you say na joke, no, so we not to joke, because the one way for you read that joke now, you don't they hear so. But if in a village you be good one, that joke no they get that kind of hype there. So sometimes due to the environment, there are certain topic you don't go around it. Let's say now, okay, the president sit here and I'm discussing the private life of the president in the form of joke. Is that a joke? It's not a joke. Then go say, you said the past, you know. They talk, say the past, this and this and this and this, something very private. It's not joke. So as a comedian, you don't have limitation, but also your limitation based on your environment. To be honest, like if funny, your mama and papa knows, you know, you do some jokes.
Yeah.
Because that's not the environment.
So in essence, you should be sensitive as well.
Yeah, the caliber of people around and the environment, you know, it's for fit them. So that was just probably a mistake from his side.
Before
But
Alima comes in, I mean, you seem to be doing well. I mean, I mean, you're riding now a G-Wagon or so. Well, you're putting on a very expensive watch. You know?
well, you see,
you're doing well.
We call it packaging.
You know, is this it's package? No, they call packaging.
Package.
Is business good for you?
No,
Is business good?
Yeah, the business is good, really, because of the brand now we have set over the years.
Okay.
So any sign now we call it matter, people know say there are some weddings I will attend. If you are not be careful, the wedding will become a show. Yeah, because it matter, people get for the laugh, this, that. So sometimes even the toast we are taking, people don't pay attention.
Yeah, matter, even your side makes me laugh.
So you see, so it depends on the brand. So for the brand, we are really trying. Thank God.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something that many people have concerns about. You know, you have comedians who rely heavily on vulgarity and sometimes even insults.
Yeah.
You know, and controversies for them to trend. Where do you draw the line?
For comedians who are in that, doing that type of...
aware that's a problem.
Yeah, I know. The only thing is the same thing I've been saying, their environment. There are sometimes these vulgar jokes that you do, they will fit in certain environment. Like we can get them house party, they go. Everybody don't drink, everybody on high. Any kind of jokes they fit here, any kind of rude jokes. That's the environment. But by the time you come to corporate programs, corporate dinner, president and others are sitting down, first lady, boy, you know, go begin to swear again. I mean, I guess you are lucky, eh? No, that's not the environment. That's not the environment. So sometimes we do talk to them because we have been getting those complaints from our fans. You even have some caliber of people right now that most of the time they don't attend our shows because they say the way they roast. But I don't count and show somebody, mean I home minister, somebody can't tell me something, you know, go down well with me. Yeah.
I see that sometimes and I wonder if that was me.
Yeah, well, so you see, we get one of the money man at all, and no one calling, they attend we show one time, and somebody say, that in a money miss road, it was sitting there. Oh, it felt bad at the end of the day. I hosted that show. It was my show. And he called me purposely, say, you matter, go they buy you ticket now, but I show. He brat where they talk to me, when me get myself big for her. I don't like that. That's not a joke. You don't joke with me like that. Hey, right in front of me, you stand in front of my table, you say, me na money miss road, look me face. Oh, no, I don't like it. I felt bad. I get for go to office, go big go talk to them. And since that time, that comedian, I even talk to them. Say, because you don't know how for joke with big person. Like I joke with big person, there should be a line. Don't cross that line.
You have to maintain respect.
Yeah, privacy get for day. There was another show, somebody say, somebody in Bobby, the way don't for the elect pastor pray, need him up again.
And the person was there?
Yeah, she was sitting, the lady can't cry.
Wow.
Yeah, then they will go for bigger. They will put up at the post and say, if to be honest, you don't stop this, we're not going to present you.
What happens to these comedians when they cross such lines? Because that's...
there are litigation.
Because they don't sit down and prepare for an event. As a comedian, any event you are invited, sit down, prepare the material that fits that event. Okay. Then don't invite you grab, clap and clap with you. One can't use the audience in the wrong way. Yeah. There's a way you joke with audience. There's a joke you give, but they don't say, okay, this is not a joke. But by the time you don't begin cross the line, especially when it comes to women, women, they shame, especially in a public. Then you can't go butupa and you just they tell and think their way. They feel bad within himself, especially that one when you identify within the crowd. There are sometimes you go do general something about women, but by the time you don't identify the person, You would have make up you so now you pay or now you pay you. That you don't. Yeah, it might right before the person table. They feel bad. Understand? So sometimes it's difficult, really, but that all dwell on professionalism. Know your audience.
I'm sure you might have been a comedian. You've had your moments.
Yeah, sure.
Can you just tell us what has been your funniest and probably embarrassing moments as a comedian?
Wow.
Whether on stage.
Well, mine is not. I would say it started from the stage,
Yes.
coming to the backstage. Yeah, there was a time I performed at Winner Chapel, my church, and I do tribe jokes about Mende, Creole, Timini, you know. Some people get the mindset, okay, this is a joke, or there was a particular lady who attacked me on that say, this joke here, not also with tribe deal. Please, you don't be past that. You know that kind of charging. Yeah. You know, I was like, but this is something I did. Everybody appreciate. But there's this particular person. It traced me down to the backstage. So no, that's not jokes. We on tribe, we don't do anything in there. But you should do better. You don't. Yeah, I would say one of the best moments. There was this show 3 years back at the Bintumani Conference Center. Really, it was shut down that particular day. Until now, that video is trending. You know, all the jokes we are on set, they are all top-notch jokes, and it was well created within the environment at that particular time, and especially where na be election time. Yeah, like what I say the mayor. They tell me, Jen to say, but when I tell Jen to, this election not reach the villages. They build mocks, then take on the village. So people be laughing. It was really good because that was the environment and the moment, the current things that will be the opponent.
So Yemata, you know, many people who see you now, in fact, those watching you, all they see is Yemata, the laughing matter.
The laughing matter.
This funny man, you know, serious. I mean, whenever you see him, he makes you laugh and the like. So that's what people know you for.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have your personal,
sure.
sober life.
Yeah.
Your family life.
Yeah.
How do you blend this? Because, for instance, you're out with your family, just having a nice dinner, probably with your kids. In fact.
Yeah, sure.
And then another kid just runs to you and says, "Is that not that crazy man?"
Yeah.
So how do you blend? How do you cope? How do you handle such
it's a mixed feeling. You don't know if na pepper or na pepper spray. It's just mixed feeling because especially for the Sierra Leonean society, they don't know how to compliment with the comedians. Sometimes it's embarrassing. You know, you'll be out there, and sometimes a corporate program. But you have people within that program that are not corporate. So this way, but why are lucky? In comedy, they laugh, as if this is not a blessing. Is this oh no. You feel bad.
So how do you react to such fans?
No,
Because
sometimes you just say,
well,
that comes in your professionalism. You just say, oh, thank you. But the money that you have to, okay, thank you. Thanks for the comedy, the owner, the white. Really, they make a lot appreciate it. Just balance. Sometimes if you meet me in bad mood, I don't talk to you. Seriously. Because we are human beings too. We do have feelings. We do feels. If one of people, Papa, they say, guess you you can make you laugh, then I'll enjoy the partially. I know you.
But sometimes you people emphasize that on stage. Wait, see me, so I guess we're bad.
No, when me never talk and say me guess we.
Okay,
Me do that joke.
But you tell other people and say then guess we're bad.
So sometimes if you're not in good mood, oh, they put you off. Especially when you come to my home. Me begin and sometimes they pass at SK now.
How do they cope?
Because you might be saying something very serious. Ultimately they laugh say, Papa left me. Papa they can't. Like it's fun, and it's not fun. Let me pick it with and say, can't study. Papa they can't. I watch that TikTok first. Can't study, you get exam. so sometimes really the mixed feeling is different, you know. It's not easy.
So what's the bigger picture? I mean, where do you hope to go from here? What would be your peak of your career as a stand-up comedian?
We are aiming now for tours, like my brother earlier said. at least to the kind of brand now, we are aiming for that, really to take this thing to other environment, you know, because sometimes it's like we are not doing anything because you are just in one place, and even now they do have this as Africa Kings of Comedy in Abuja, and most of the time we don't have anybody to go and represent us. You see comedians.
Why is that the case?
Well, I don't know.
I'm sure they must have been extending invitations.
I don't know who sometimes they extend this invitation to, or maybe they will just say, okay, maybe Salono get stand-up comedian.
Oh, okay, so you're not aware of invitations, but you're just
Yeah,
saying,
sure, we don't aware of.
so you've
of
never
those sorts.
participated, no Sierra Leonean has ever participated?
Never.
In that.
Never.
So what do you think is the problem? Why do you think we're still where we are?
Well, probably due to the environment that we are, that John Lekwa say, the real authorities, like not one for just accept we as that type of entertainers or entertainment, then just one for accept we when it comes to something that we then take as okay now on serious thing and now they on serious thing. Yes, now because by the time you say president don't travel with 1-2 comedian, they look at the caliber of person and the traveling. I believe those news not the only stop in Sierra Leone, they do go outside. Understand? They go out. If they see other countries there, even down to the parliament, they invite comedians like South Africa. They have this here comedian, I think it's Nora. They invite him. Trevor Noah, okay. Went to the parliament, he do jokes for them. You don't ever hear parliament do that. They can say, now sweating them, they're not for even day around here. Yeah, so let's get the acceptance first. Even most of this entertainment appointment, the way you can hear it. Do you ever hear they say they appoint this comedian as this? Because the acceptance not there to them. And if they get for accept you, they for accept you first before others begin accept you outside. If even in your own country you are not be accepted as somebody that should ever be serious or hold certain position or to be called to a certain function, if you say na Nigeria, I go call you.
But you have the local comedian association. What does it do?
Well, yeah, we have
you
the
been
Slack.
fighting recently for the presidency.
Yes, the Association of Comedians. Yeah, we are doing our best. Most of the time, we do organize programs, national issues, like the one of these. Last year, we went to the Don Bosco orphanage home. We went there, we make the pikin there laugh, we entertain them. You know, when national issue they come, like for do sensitization, like this, say no to kush. Then call we do we own small video for talk about the kush itself, you know. Like those are just the things we are doing. But if really you need this platform, the government have to encourage you and give you the platform like they are giving it to the musicians. They're not giving them platform then they as a comedians. So we just go there now that we own shadow place, we do it, we feel say we able to do. But really, we need those platforms. We need to be accepted like the musicians have been accepted because these are all art and craft. The musician, they should write in music. Yeah, matter they should write in jokes. I have my jokes book. So why they not for put in at the same category? Even sometimes the payment, musician for go sing song when now from 2005 a singer for go singer, they give 10-15 million. You comedian, if you say let them give 10-15 million, they say you get away. Yes, they want to go give transport money 1.5, yeah 1.5. Yes, now or sometimes even 500 because you know you get gardens where they ain't got their neck. Somebody they go do song from 2000 and also. So but we'll try to engage in such campaign that those mindset need to change.
Right. Yeah. In 1 minute, just make the people laugh who've been watching you.
No, that's the serious matter. Around they are there for that today, at least the weekend starts today, Friday. So really we need to start the earlier preparation. You know, some man go don't call and host now, let him be at the cold. That maybe 12-1 he go don't pull him. Now office I see man they calculate school. So office they come back at the jump fence all. But like these drugs now that is going around, we say no to drugs, you know. Then catch one guy with cocaine, he denies no to cocaine. And the LUC say left. To me to you, tell me, is this cocaine? Well, no, sir, I go even transport down this now powder. Now for me, picking no more, you can get them hit guys. And the LUC say, let's test the thing. The LUC test too. He said, if I make a... And the pine voice change. Why they lie? And I'm the original so.
Anyways, you man, the laughing man. So thank you so much for being with us this morning. But I wish you well.
Thank you.
After that tuna succeed, and take the craft higher, and international. Let's say, especially you don't pull this new Jeep. At least let the money continue. But this is how we'll say goodbye. For today, we want to thank our, sponsors, Wakeup Commercial Bank, and to our cherished and valued audiences across the world. Thank you so much indeed for watching us. My name, as always, is Victor Jones. I shall be with you again tomorrow morning next week.
And I am Alimati Judge. Please stay tuned to AYV throughout the day as we have other exciting programs coming up. Till we meet again next week, take care of yourself. Remember to show kindness. Always have a pleasant day.